What takes you off?
What takes us?
That's mean you something in nature, the public place, to keep you angry or
I'd say probably.
bothering you.
Yeah, I'd say probably the biggest thing is just respecting others.
Okay, what's about you?
That's part of mine too, because we were talking earlier, in days and years before now, people were more kind to each other. They were more courteous, and they respected each other, whether it was on the highway or walking, or just meeting somebody you don't know. There's just too many people that don't respect each other.
Like, for example, with you coming up and approaching us, we're very open to everything. I feel everybody's got a right to be who they are and who God created them to be, whatever. But you'd have a lot of people that would disrespect you and blow you off because of your nationality.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's happened with me a lot.
Yeah,
so
sure.
get you.
I don't like that.
Okay, how do you think we can solve this problem?
Getting to know each other, getting to really talk like we're talking right now, one-on-one. It starts with one person, and if we all one-on-one learn to just get to know each other, know what our likes and dislikes are, we're all ultimately one family.
Yeah.
And we need to be more open to just being who we are and loving each other.
Nice, that's nice. Okay, the second part of our interview. In your opinion, how would you think the government solve this problem?
They're not doing a very good job of it right now, I'll tell you that. I think that there again, the government, United States government, are greedy. And it's all about what they can get for them. They don't worry about the little people. So if you have money, you're going to keep your money. If you have nothing, you'll always have nothing. Because it's all about, to them, it's all about me, me, me. Instead of, what about it being us?
You think if they can teach students like this, what you call it, behavior, people how to respect, how to be one family, American family, not citizen.
Yes.
Yeah, if they doing for school, teaching the student, you think the future it will be better?
And do it when they're young enough not to already have in all the built-in prejudice. When they're little, go into schools and tell them about your background and where you're from and why you wear the long dress and why you come. I mean, when we know why the difference is, we can then say, oh, that's why they do that. So if we got people from different nationalities to have time as a guest speaker in a school, middle school at the oldest, so that they learn about other people, then we learn about each other and we can share more. Not that the government would do it, but have events where people can come in. I love it when they do, usually Christmas time in some cities, these international bazaars, where the different countries bring in their wares. They had like Dutch shoes with the Holland group, and some had their foods, so that people could try different things and could stand there and talk to the individuals on a one-to-one basis without feeling intimidated.
But as also like she said, as young people, when they're this small, they don't understand prejudice. They have to be taught.
That was a movie.
Yes,
Long ago,
movie,
you have
Yes,
to
yeah.
be
you
taught.
have to be
Channel
taught that.
program,
Yes,
yeah.
And it's not right. That's our future.
yeah.
These little guys are our future, and if we don't teach them the right way, how are they going to know, you know?
Things from
Yes,
that thing.
Exactly.
And the other people can force them to do badly
Yes.
from the street.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. That's it, the last part. What would you do to solve this issue?
Be a part of it.
Get out into the schools, make ourselves available to get out in the community and try to teach the younger people this is what life is. Not the hatred, not the killing, not the judging other people. This is what you have to do to make it a nice place to live for everybody.
That's when you have everyone to donate his time to
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Yes. And the young people want these great jobs that pay these big bucks in a world economy that they don't know what the state next to them is. We've got to go back to learning the basics of where things are in the world. And people who go to China to help build buildings, or people who come here that are scientists. We've got to learn where things are. I taught a travel program, and the thing I found is people with master's degree still didn't know basic geography. And I also, in my current position, I get in applications, and we do all background checks. But people don't know how to fill in an application. They have half the information either blank or they don't fill it in correctly. So how do we expect to get these jobs if we can't even fill out an application correctly and fully like the instructions say? It's up to all of us, one at a time, to do what we can to make it better.
Let's mean that you think the youngest people have to complete certain hour to communication with the oldest people and the community service.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
See, when I grew up, I was brought up on a farm. And there was 8 kids. We grew up. We had to grow our own food, and we did. I loved it, and I wish we could get back to that simple time where we grew our own food and we did everything. It's like I was telling her on the drive down here. Technology's great, but if I could go back to a simpler time before all this technology, I would go in a heartbeat. We didn't have the internet, and we had an imagination.
Our imagination.
And you got out and you played and you used your imagination a lot more. And I think kids are missing out.
I bet if we asked this group of people coming by here if they had a cell phone with them, that 99% of them would have one. I mean, where were we? Maybe it was the last time I was here. And the whole group, we were standing somewhere, and every single person was on their phone.
Yeah.
Every person.
Yeah.
You know, so where do we have time for one-on-one and finding out who you are if I'm always stuck on my cell phone?
Yeah, you know, the new generation almost, if he's sitting in the mail, he texting, he talking when he eats.
You're not paying attention.
And not paying attention for our food also.
I mean, you'd be surprised at how many people probably fall in this canal. They're sitting there looking at their phone and whoops, I'm going to take a swim.
Thank you, I appreciate
You
your
are most welcome.
cooperation.
My name